Are you finding that candidates are ghosting you during the hiring process? Maybe even before the first interview happens? Well, you're not alone. It's one of the most common frustrations I hear from hiring managers across the heavy civil construction industry. Hi, I'm Taylor Maurer, founder and senior managing partner of Heavy Civil Resource Consultants, a leading talent acquisition firm in the infrastructure, construction, and engineering space. You've invested time reviewing resumes, setting up interviews, coordinating schedules, and then suddenly nothing. No response, no call, no email. The candidate just disappears. It's frustrating, especially when that person looked like a great fit on paper. But before we point the finger at the candidates, I want to ask you an uncomfortable question. Are you calling the kettle black? Because ghosting, it goes both ways. Here's the reality. While companies get frustrated when candidates disappear, most candidates are just as frustrated because they feel ghosted by employers far more often. At Heavy Civil Resource Consultants, we speak with construction professionals every single day. Project managers, estimators, superintendents, engineers, and this comes up constantly. They tell us things like, I had a great first interview, then radio silence. They said they'd follow up by next week, never did. I wasn't even sure if I got rejected or if they just forgot about me. Sound familiar? Well, we recently ran a poll asking, how often have you been left in the dark after initial contact with a potential employer? Here's what we found. 6% said they always get feedback. 17% said they mostly get feedback. 50% say they rarely get feedback. And 28% said they never get feedback. That means nearly 80% of candidates in our industry are walking away from a hiring process without closure. Think about that for a second. 8 out of 10 professionals left hanging after investing their time and energy in your company's hiring process. Now, yes, candidate ghosting is real. Some people accept another offer, lose interest, or simply don't have enough professionalism to follow through. And that's not acceptable. But when companies ghost candidates, the consequences go deeper. Here's why. It damages your employer brand. Word spreads fast in this industry. People talk. If your company gains a reputation for not following up, even great future candidates might hesitate to apply. It reflects poorly on your company's culture. Candidates equate your hiring process with what it's like to work there. A lack of communication signals lack of respect. And that can turn top talent away before they even step on site. It hurts long-term recruiting efforts. A rejected candidate today might be the perfect fit for a role 6 months from now. But if they felt like they got ghosted or disrespected, they're not likely going to pick up your call next time. The good news, fixing this is easier than most companies think. It just requires building a little bit more structure and empathy into your hiring process. Here are some ways to start. Commit to closing the loop. Make it a standard that every candidate gets a follow-up, even if it's a simple, we've decided to move forward with another candidate. A short, polite message shows respect and professionalism. Offer constructive feedback when possible. Candidates deeply value even a sentence or two explaining why they weren't selected, whether it's due to experience gaps, qualifications, or timing. That kind of feedback earns lasting respect. Provide alternative paths. If a candidate isn't ready for the role they applied for, suggest they start by applying for a lower position in the future that can help them build the right experience. That not only helps them grow, but it keeps them engaged with your company long term. Offer career advice. A quick note like, you might want to gain more field experience on larger public works projects before applying for this level of project management role. Goes a long way. That type of insight builds credibility and goodwill. Keep qualified resumes on file and actually mean it. If a strong candidate isn't right for one role, make sure they're considered for the next. When you reach out again later, that's how trust and reputation is built. At the end of the day, ghosting is a two-way street. Yes, candidates need to be accountable for following through, but companies do too. Every candidate interaction, whether it leads to a hire or not, is a reflection of your brand. If you treat every candidate like a potential ambassador for your company, your reputation in the market will strengthen, your hiring process will improve, and the best candidates will want to come work for you. If you're seeking to strengthen your hiring efficiency and effectiveness in this sector, I suggest you complete our free hiring audit checklist in the link in the notes below. Remember, in construction, your name and reputation are everything. Don't let something as simple as lack of communication tarnish it. Thank you.